Best Philly movie.
I have two.
Let's talk Philly. Okay.
First one is High School, the Frederick Wiseman.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry to steal your thunder. The second is Witness.
Oh, yeah. Witness.
32
Is that a
Station.
Philly movie?
It takes place.
I guess the half of it is
And then they go to
Witness.
The first half or so is
And then it goes back to Chinatown at some point, right, or something? Or
It's been so long, but I know that the 30th Street Station, there's a murder
Right.
at 30th Street
Yeah,
Station.
in the
and
bathroom,
They
yeah.
hang out here for a while and then they go out to
Yeah.
Westminster. I was going to say, also has a murder scene in 30th Street Station bathroom is Blow Out.
Yeah, Blow Out.
Which is also coming out on Criterion, Blu-ray, and DVD very soon. But that is a fantastic Philly. Also, I think it's probably the best movie in general that has been filmed in Philly. Not in terms of how it's used Philly, which it uses it really well, but in terms of just quality.
Well, I'll name the only Philly film that had one of my apartments in it, which is The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan.
It's a fantastic
Was that
Philly film.
the happening of the title that they shot
The Happening.
in front of your
yeah,
apartment?
we actually were having a happening.
Because I saw it, and
was
I'm still not
16
sure what the happening was.
Nothing happened. It was
Exactly.
crazy.
He was killing people.
The not happening would have been a
a
better.
friend of mine said that it's a story about trees that fart poison gas. Like that was the pitch. And it looks like when you look at the facial expression, I mean Zooey Deschanel is like, that's a masterclass in eye bulging. I mean, it's so, and it's like the tree farted. It's like that's the look. But you can.
I'm racking my brains right now to remember that movie.
It's
so
out
that
of
I could
focus.
possibly think
It's
something
out of
about
focus,
it.
but in the very end, I think they walk down Smedley Street or something.
Is it there?
And you can just barely see my old apartment, and that was like my first ever. Because I've only been in Philly for about 5 years, so I haven't seen that many movies that took place in Philly. But it was the first time I was like, I know where that is.
I kind of feel bad that that's your Philly movie.
No. Again, it's all about the experience. It's not.
Isn't there a
it's
shot
not-
in that movie where they're running and they keep looking over their shoulders and it just keeps cutting to tree branches?
Yeah, it's what? No, okay. So
That movie is
I'm
great.
gonna make. I'm
Makes
gonna make.
Lady in the Water or Lady in the Pool, or whatever that movie was. Look like a
Recently, a girl named Rebecca Black has become the center of attention for a song that her parents commissioned two producers to make called Friday.
Sure.
And if you have not seen Friday, then I suggest you see both Friday and the remix that uses bad lip reading to make a really good song called Gang Fight. So go ahead and look
which
that up.
actually makes more sense than the original lyrics.
Pretty
of
much.
Friday.
Yeah, but
It makes
so
sense, you're just not very smart.
yeah, but the
I mean,
happening.
Friday is after Thursdays.
It is. But
It should be a learning tool in second grade.
no.
Whatever age you're learning today.
I think there's a lot to learn about the Rebecca Black fiasco, actually, in terms of like, humanizing celebrities. It's like, I'm not gonna go there. I think that The Happening is the Friday, like the Rebecca Black's Friday of mainstream film, of like of this decade.
Yeah,
It's not
except that it hasn't had 44
No.
million views in 3 days. It probably hasn't had 44 million views.
I bet it has in
period.
Europe. I bet in Europe.
Was it big in Europe?
Internationally, his films do gangbusters
Yeah,
internationally.
he's loved and trans.
Even the Lady in the Pool?
Yes, his films.
Is that what it was called?
No, it's
The
the Lady in the Water. But I call it Lady in the Pool.
swimming pool.
Because let's call it what it was.
Paul
Last-
Giamatti in a swimming pool.
It's Paul Giamatti. Nobody needs to see that.
You knew that Last Airbender was much worse than both these movies combined.
I haven't seen The Last Airbender
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not gonna see that.
But yeah, so The Happening. I mean, I think that because you have this like, it's wafting trees, which is like the iconic filmic cliche version of Serenity, meant to terrify you. And he's trying so hard to make that terrifying, but it really is just a serene shot of a wafting tree. And then it cuts and they're running. They're, oh my god! It's like a yeah.
And it's like 80 minutes long.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's
it's very
that's
short.
good.
It
Yeah.
feels longer though.
I would count A History of Violence as a partial Philly movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole and I like that because that is most people's experience.
It's like a
of
Philly suburban movie.
Is like I have to go to Philly so something terrible can happen, and then I'll be
I should
gone.
have killed you in Philly.
Right? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I have to go to Philly, and then this horrible, terrible thing is gonna happen, and then I'll be back.
Yeah, it's great. That movie is about a guy
That's
who's
a lot of-
willing to change his whole life and identity to get away from Philly.
Get away from Philly. And I
That
love
movie should
Philly.
be
and I
called A
know-
History in Philly.
No, because I love Philadelphia. I want to stay here forever, and it's just interesting to me because a lot of my friends, they live in New York, and they're like, I don't want to go to Philly. I'm like, come on, it's small, it's doable, but they just do not.
I'll
wanna
try
go to
living in
Philly.
Boston. They'll come to Philly before they'll come to Boston.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah. That's
Are we all
digress.
purposely not saying Rocky to make
Yes.
a point?
Sure.
Okay.
Rocky's fine.
As long as we've established that.
Has some nice Philadelphia shots from the 70s, you know, before it was really built up. It's kind of, I mean, actually, it's probably most worthy for shots of Philadelphia in 1976. It's really grimy and wonderful.
No,
Did
nobody
anybody
said
see
Philadelphia.
Limitless yet?
I
No.
did.
All the shots of Bradley Cooper running down South Street
In
and
New York.
Market in New York City. Yeah. Well, whatever.
That's weird.
So, you
we're
said
cheaper than-
now I know now we know how people in Toronto feel every single day.
I was gonna say, are we officially cheaper than Toronto? Is that?
I think
We
so.
give them
There's
tax
actually multiple
kickbacks.
films.
That's why.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna start outsourcing to.
Bradley Cooper's from Philly, so
Oh,
that
he is?
probably helped
Yeah.
bring it.
So
here,
if we're
too.
gonna fake New York anywhere, it's got to be my hometown.
I did love when they put on the Patco stations, put up the New York subway sign.
Oh, I didn't see that. That would been okay. That's interesting. And Philadelphia, Tom Hanks, which I'd never actually seen.
Which is kind of worth it for the video footage of Ed Rendell that you see in there, because he plays himself, like has a cameo in the film.
Does he?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
It's scary.